Hi and welcome to KaiserShortcut.com. I'm Randall Williams and this video is an advanced partial capo workshop sort of in process. This is an open letter to the guitar playing community, and it's an open letter because it's all still really in flux and we'd love your help on it. What I have here is a guitar in Dadgad, and I'm going to put a partial capo on it and sort of walk you through how some of us have been thinking about teaching this stuff. There's a roadmap for it, which is sort of loose for the moment, but we're tightening it up. We've developed it together with Bill Nash and Justin Roth, and we'd really like your help on it. So if you've got thoughts, if you'd send us a line to shortcut@kaisermusical.com. Basically, the way I've been giving capo workshops has been using the roadmap of staying in the same key as the guitar is. In standard tuning, we think about it in the terms of E major or E minor. And as we move the capo up, we move our chord voicings down so that we stay in the concert key of E major or E minor. So in standard tuning, when I'm here playing an E and I move the capo up 2 half steps, then I take E down 2 half steps to D major, and we get these nice big drones. As you move up 2 more half steps, you move the chord down 2 more half steps to C. We're still in E major, getting those nice big drones. So now we're actually doing it exactly the same way. The guitar's in Dadgad, and as we move this shortcut capo up to the 2nd fret, we've moved up 2 half steps, and so thinking in D, we're going to move down 2 half steps to C major. And this works, because here's our C voicing. There's our 4 chord, and here's a 5 chord, and 6, so that works just fine. Works just fine. And as I move it up here 1 more half step, then I'm thinking in B, which actually lends itself really easily to B minor, just because of the way it sits. Now, if the road map, and bear with me here, if the road map is to stay in the same key, then the margins of that, or the median of that road, if you will, is going to be to go either direction, up a 5th or down a 5th, or to play with any of those parallel or relative minors. This video is not for the faint of heart, and intended for those of you who've been working with open tunings and have a pretty good knowledge of theory. So I know you know what I'm talking about. You're headed down this road of staying in the same key, and from D, for example, you're voicing D, you could go down to G or up to A with only 1 changed note in the scale, or any of those parallel or relative minors. So here, for example, is B, and while B major makes a lot of sense, the voicing here actually feels like B minor, so that's a real natural transition. Here we go. There's a 1, a 6, and here's a 4 and a 5. There's 6. So that works just like that. And again, you move up 1 more half step and you play in B flat, or here you can voice an A and it works just as well. Like I said before, it's this whole relative minor thing. It's just as easy, especially in Dadgad, because you've got no 3rd, to move to a relative minor or a parallel minor. Works the same way when you move up. This is a nice voicing here on 7. I can play in G. 1, 7, 6. here's the 5, and the 4 is right here beneath the capo, down to 3, down to 2, back up to 5, and there's the harmonic. There's 6 and 5 again. So again, all kinds of variation, and you can even go up one more to 9 and play it in F. Now, this tuning is easiest because it doesn't have a third, dadgad. So I'm going to show you a couple more tunings. This one's a C9, and then we're going to move to an A tuning. And as I mentioned before, it really works best without a third. So this is actually just C's and G's, and then a D on the top. So C, G, C, G, C, and then D on the top. And it works exactly the same way as we did before. If I'm thinking in C here on 0, then when I move up here to the 2nd fret, I'm voicing B flat, and that it actually does work to sort of, again, as you move up, you move down with your chords. And so here, again, kind of a fun dark color. And as we keep moving up, here, for example, is A. And again, the relative and parallel minors work very well as well. So if here, you can also play out of this voicing really easily. This is sort of a cross-key voicing. As I keep moving up, I keep going down with my chords. 7, here's a 6, 5, 4, 5, and there's a 1 again. This is a fun one when you keep moving up and you're voicing G up here. It works particularly well. 6, 5, 4. Couple examples of how this works. So we're going to move from here into an A4 tuning, and then we'll call it a video. So here's the third tuning we're playing with today. This is an A4, which is basically an A major tuning. except that the C sharp is a D. So here's E in the bass, and there's A, D, E, A, and E. So this is the same as, essentially the same as Dadgad, because you've got the raised third. And it works exactly the same way. When I put the partial capo on the 2nd fret and voice a G voicing, it works. There's 1, there's a flat 7, 1, 6 is just underneath here. Here's 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. And this is going to stay the same because this voicing, when I move up 2 more half steps, is now an F voicing, but the root's in exactly the same spot. So here we go. This is now the 1 chord. Flat 7 is here, which doesn't work as well in this position. The 6 works just fine. Here's the 4 now, which works, and there's the 5, and here's a 6, flat 7, and here's 1. Down to 4, 5, and 1. With all kinds of fun drones in there. And same deal, if this is our 1 voicing, then the actual position of the 1 voicing is not going to move when I continue to move up. But the drones are in different positions, which is why some of these don't work as well. Again, same deal if I move up again. 7, here's a 6. Now, one last thing about the roadmap, and I deal with this in my basic workshop as well. With this string open and these 2 strings open, I have 1 structural decision and 2 color decisions. Because this low note is so vital to the chord, this is a structural decision, which is very important. The color decisions are less important because a funky color is sometimes okay. Funky structure is really not okay. So if I turn the capo around, I now have 1 color decision up here, but I have 2 structural decisions down below. And actually in this case, that works perfectly because my 1 actually falls on the 5. There's a 2 chord. There's a 3 chord. Here's a 4 chord. My 5 chord is down there. Play around with that, and please let us know what you found at shortcut@kaisermusical.com or drop me a line. My name is Randall Williams, and you can find me at whereisrandall.com. Have fun with it, and thanks.